have a chat to you. So my name is Dan Thompson. I'm co-founder of the Running Out of Time Climate Relay. And I work with a social enterprise that's been doing relays for 10 years now. We started as a response to the Boston Marathon bombings. I'm looking around me, I'm seeing a few blank faces. I'm guessing some of you are a bit too young to remember that. But the team, I wasn't part of it, jumped on it and set up the first non-stop cross US, West Coast to East Coast relay ever. So successful they did it again the following year. And they raised over $500,000 for the victims of the bombings. Quite an incredible feat. They came back to Europe. They did the longest ever in terms of non-stop time relay. The two of you may remember this. It was all around London. They did that for 2 years on behalf of victims of gang culture and of homeless people. And it's about this time that I met them. We had this crazy idea of doing a relay around the world, and it really was a crazy idea. But we were talking about it, and then I shouldn't say fortunately, but then the pandemic hit. So we did 2 virtual relays around the world, 24-hour relays around the world. Everyone ran 1 hour in their own time zones. So it was like going around like New Year's Eve with the fireworks going around the world. Absolutely amazing. By the second time, we had people from literally every country in the world taking part in it. And I invite you to try and find runners in North Korea. It's not very easy, I can promise you. It was incredible, but everybody in the team that I was now working with told me that, well, those virtual relays are great, but wait till we do a physical relay. So that happened last year. And as you might have gathered from what I've just said, most of the time we were working on behalf of third-party charities or causes. This time we actually sat around internally and said, okay, what do we really care about? What do we want to do? What should this next relay be about? And we decided that we wanted to do something on climate action. And we spent a lot of time thinking about how you do a relay while minimizing your carbon footprint. It's not so easy. And finally decided that, maybe we could just about do that. And then we had this crazy idea of running from Glasgow, host of COP26, all the way down to Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, host of COP27. I don't know if any of you were at either of the 2 COPs. So we went off. We went off on a 40-day, 18-country relay. We crossed the Channel, we crossed the Mediterranean, we crossed glaciers and deserts and mountain ranges. And it was an absolute bloody nightmare. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, including the weather was always against us. An opening stage for 2,000 school children through the streets of Glasgow, but the winds were so high, it was a once-in-a-decade storm, and in fact we ended up with 2 people, me and one other, running through this incredible horizontal rain for the opening stage of our relay. Got off to a damp start, but actually was fantastic. And the 3 things I always pick out about the relay is the atmosphere on the road. And I don't just mean the runners, incredible though that is, the runners and the cyclists, but we meet over handover points, places we visit along the way. The atmosphere there is really something heartwarming, and you can see a lot of kind of unified, motivated, inspired people coming out of it. The impact we had was incredible. We were going through 18 countries. We had partners in almost all of those countries. Many of them used us as the relay coming through to help them with their specific campaigns, and had a lot of lovely feedback afterwards of the help we were able to be. And we had a big focus last year on climate education. We ended up having a global schools action day for over 750,000 students around the world, and we had a petition for global climate education on our website with over 800,000 people signing up to that. And the third thing I pick out is the media coverage. I think at the beginning it was quite tough to get any, and I think, perhaps not unrealistically, that many people didn't think we'd actually get the baton from Glasgow to Sharm el-Sheikh, and there were many times we didn't think we would. But it grew and grew, and by the end, we were running in live on breakfast television, handing the baton to Nicola Sturgeon, who's actually recently taken a bit of flack having been there. And we were BBC interviews coming in, events in the UNESCO Pavilion at COP. It was really something amazing. So as you can probably imagine, we thought to ourselves, we really should do that again. And we had a look at going COP to COP, and I'm sure you all know the next COP's in Dubai. So going from Egypt to Dubai was 2,000 kilometers of Saharan sand. Very hard to know how we're going to find runners for every stage, and impossible to see how we're going to have that kind of impact that we've had. Who are the places, where are the schools we're going to visit? Where are the places, where are the community projects? Where was that atmosphere going to come from? And we decided that it was just not a good idea. We weren't that keen to go to Dubai anyway. So we went back to the drawing board, and we decided to have one in Britain, and we're going this year. So this year, on the 10th of June, we were right at the top of Ben Nevis, and Tuesday evening, we're going to be at Big Ben. So Ben Nevis to Big Ben, Ben to Ben, 2,611 kilometres, 365 stages, and it has been extraordinary. It's just been amazing support on the road again. We're very lucky, ITV were one of our media partners, but the BBC have really got behind it as well. So we've had radio and television everywhere we've been going. We've had wonderful welcomes of schools. We've seen so many incredible projects that it does genuinely give you some faith, actually. There is amazing stuff. You know this better than I do. I'm a relay person. I'm sure you know this better than I do. But there is so much amazing stuff going on about that. Of course, we have so far to go. I know that. But it is incredible, the number of people who care, the projects that are out there, what's being done at a community level, at a higher level, at a local government level, occasionally even at the national government level. So it is, I know, amidst all the doom and gloom, quite inspiring, and something that we try and do a little bit of is just to change the narrative in our own small way, to contribute a little bit towards saying, yes, all this action is about stopping all these absolutely appalling things that are already happening, and they're going to get worse. But it's also about taking us all to a different level. Who does not want cheaper, sustainable, cleaner energy? Everybody wants that. Who does not want clean air? Who does not want clean water? Who does not want a climate to allow us to have enough food all over the planet for everybody? These are not political issues. These are things that everybody buys into. This is a world that is genuinely better than it was before. It's not just about stopping catastrophe. It's about getting to a better, happier place that everybody can buy into. So that's, I hope, a little bit of one of the messages. I will finish, I don't know, I haven't got long. I will finish by inviting you all along to our finale tomorrow evening. We will be running from near Tower Bridge, the final leg. There's a walk and a run. We're running and walking into Parliament Square, and then between 8 and 8:30 in Parliament Square, you can possibly come and join us. It'd be really nice for us to say, look at all these people who came along. Look media, look politicians. And at 20:30, so 8:30 p.m. or 20:30, big shot, Big Ben in the background, and exactly 20:30 will be the big group photo symbolising commitment, or hopeful commitment, that we're all going to adopt of net zero by 2030. Thank you very much. And here's the battle ball.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Dan. It's amazing work that the relay team are doing, and so impressive things to achieve. So thank you for coming to speak to us, and thank you for partnering with us for this event as well. It's been really great.
Genuinely a pleasure, and I'm sorry I'm sweaty. I have, of course, been running.